Hey everyone, Mr. Lambert coming at you with some guided practice. It's your last guided practice for today, and it is a story problem. So here I'm pulling up my view here so I can get to some tools and we can do the cube method together. All right, so make sure you're working this one along with me or you have already tried it, and we'll go through it together. All right, so a cat spends 2/3 of its life asleep. If a cat lives to be 15 years old, how many years did it spend asleep? Well, first thing we need to do, of course, with our cube method is to go back. Let's check out our numbers here. So we're going to circle those. So a cat spends 23 and a half. Oh, no, sorry, 2/3 of its life asleep. What am I even saying there? All right, 2/3 of its life asleep. If a cat lives to be 15 years old, how many years did it spend asleep? So there are my two numbers, 20 or 2/3 and 15. And then my question is, how many years did this cat spend asleep? All right. So there are our numbers. So I have 2/3 and 15. Don't know what I'm doing with those quite yet, but those are my numbers. All right. How many years did the cat spend asleep? Okay. And now we need to box our operative words. So how do I know what operation I'm going to use? So a cat spends 2/3 of. If I see the words of along with a fraction, that means we are doing multiplication. If you see 2/3 times the multiplication symbol and then something else on the other side, that you can use the word of when you see that multiplication sign. So if I take 2/3 and multiply it by 15, my answer should be how many years that cat slept. I'm going to get rid of everything else. Whoop. Okay, there we go. All right, so now I have 2/3 times 15. Now this seems a lot easier, right? Just going to do what we did before. We're going to take our whole number and place it over 1. 15 whole years. We want 2/3 of that 15 whole years, and we just multiply straight across. So 2 times 15 is 30. And our bottom number, 3 times 1 is 3. Now, unfortunately, we cannot leave this as a fraction because 30/3 years doesn't really make sense. We want to know exactly how many years. But look at this number. You should know this off the top of your head. This is 30 divided by, remember the fraction bar can also be uses the division sign, 30 divided by 3. And I think you should probably know that one off the top of your head because if you look, this is the same number, right? So that number is going to be the same. That number stays the same because I don't have one below it. So 30 broken into 3 equal groups is 10 per group. So we have 10 years is what the cat spends sleeping. Crazy, right? My cat's going to spend 10 whole years of its life asleep, and I can believe it. All right, so ladies and gents, there's your last guided practice for today. Now it's time for you to try these independently on your own. So you've got a short quiz coming up. Make sure to try your best. If you have questions, go back and watch the videos previously. If you kind of went through those quickly, if you didn't and you still have lots of questions on these, make sure you hop onto office hours before you try that quiz. The quiz can only be taken once, so make sure you get help when you need it. We'll see you at office hours, and other than that, we'll see you tomorrow. Give it a good shot.